This story continues from day 8, Lay the Path. Day 9, Slap. From each of his lily-pad slabs, the traveller had managed to uncover the next and the next. He had long since forgotten how long he had been here, how long he had toiled. There was no sun by which to count the day, no wind to bring relief. He stood on his latest find. This had not been so big. He had managed to lift it completely onto his shoulder before dropping it onto the sand. He looked in both directions. He was not even halfway there. He felt strong still, tired but strong. He could not be sure how long that would be true. He felt alone. He looked about for the guide, the jester, but he was nowhere. The man lowered himself to sit for a moment. He traced lines in the sand with his fingers. He felt it tremble. He swept it aside suddenly. Was something there, underneath? His next step or something else? There was nothing. "Is someone there?" he called into the sand. He felt silly, looking up, expecting to see the jester mocking him. Out of the corner of his eye, he thought he saw the ground shift a little again. With a finger, he traced out the words, "Is someone there?" The sand quivered again, more forcefully than before, making the traveller jump up onto his stone step, looking down. As the grains vibrated away, they revealed a face perfectly sculpted in the sand. It smiled up at him. "Who are you?" the man asked of the face. Its mouth fell open wordlessly, and it raised a quizzical eyebrow. It didn't understand, or couldn't hear. The traveller dropped to his knees, feeling as though he were at the water's edge, and wrote out in the sand, "Who are you?" The smile returned. Letter by letter, in beautiful script, appeared, "Just a friend," and then, "What are you doing here?" "I wish to reach the other side," the man wrote. "Then you may wish to look over here," came the response, and in the shifting sand, the face swept off to one side, revealing the dark corner of another volcanic stone. The man's heart soared. "Oh, thank you," he cried. He dropped down, unearthing the slab. It was enormous, but he tried to move it. "Wait!" appeared in the sand next to it. The face slid along and another glassy piece emerged a little further away, in the wrong direction. No sooner had the man reached it and started digging, the sand moved even further away again, another piece of stone. "But I must go that way," the man wrote. The sand ignored him, and the traveller decided to trust it, for now. This new path led him in a vast arc, back and away from the bird, from the horizon. The traveller was frustrated, impatient. His legs were tired, and an invisible finger was tracing swirling lines in twisting, tangling directions in the sand before him. He didn't understand. The snake lines sped up. The man leant down and started to dig. He found a stone, no larger than the seat of a chair, then another, and another. The face lay alongside, smiling again. "These weigh nothing compared to the others," the traveller exclaimed. The face raised its eyebrows in question. "Thank you," he wrote. His companion rolled its smiling eyes. The stones were so light, in fact, he managed to carry 2 at a time, taking them back along the long side path back to where he needed to go. In all, there were 12, and so, after his 6th trip back, even though they were smaller, he collapsed, another heap next to his heap of new stones. As he lay, chest rising and falling, staring up into the purple sky, he had an idea. It made him sit up and forget all about his exhaustion. These slabs were light enough that he could leapfrog from stone to stone, picking up the last and placing it in front, never needing more than 2. He chastised himself for not thinking of it sooner. There had been no need to bring all of his friend's stones so far. He looked to his carriage in the distance. There was still a long way to go, but he pictured himself there soon with his new travelling path. His companion was there alongside him, and he praised himself for his ingenuity. He started right away. He dropped the first piece ahead of him and turned back for another, dropping that further forward. He hopped to it, full of energy again, reaching around to pick up the step he had just come from. With graceful ease, he arced it around himself, already feeling the rhythm he would fall into, dropping it into the sand in front. Slap! A hand crossed his face so hard he was turned heels over head, whirling through the dark air. His head connected with the last larger slab in his path. The pain was astronomical. It took a long time to find the strength to open his eyes, longer again to lift his head. The jester stood ahead of him, his arms still outstretched, face ashen. "Do not attempt to cheat me, traveller. A path is not a path if it lies broken." A tear ran down from above the slab. "Let this be a warning. If I must strike you twice, 3 times, the third will send you to the place I choose. You will serve for all time. Nothing comes for free." He closed his eyes and allowed himself a giggle before rolling away. The man brought himself to his feet. A childish shame burned in his stomach. The gap in the path before him was mocking, so he filled it with one of his smaller stones. He had 9 more to continue with before he would need to find more. He had his friend to thank for that. He searched the sand for him. "Are you there?" he asked. The face was nowhere to be seen.